letting people know where the markets were going. And in this case here, what you'll see is I had drawn in some ABC patterns. I'll just kind of take the cursor and show you. In fact, why don't I just go ahead and blow up the S&P contract here first, and you'll be able to see that a little bit easier on your screen. I'll even blow it up a little bit more. And what I was looking for here was a little bit deeper retracement than what we actually got in the overnight hours. And what I was doing was taking a look at, we did retrace a bit. And what I was looking at doing was setting up an ABC pattern that would take us into that 1235 area. That's the 0.618 retracement, folks, from the move down on the futures contract. And that move down, the high there was at the 1289.25. That was on the October 27th date. And all the way down to the November 25th low. That was the low that we made on Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. Futures traded down to a low of 1147.50. Now, why was I setting up a Gartley pattern? Well, because that was setting up a Gartley sell pattern. Now, here's the thing that you need to understand. The retracement there that I had was going to take things down to the 1170 area. And why 1170? 1170 just simply was the 0.618. It's a normal breathing pattern, just like going up to 1235.10 would be a normal breathing pattern in this cycle. What you're actually looking at on the screen here is the shaded blue area is actually a Gartley buy. And these are great patterns. They work about 70+% of the time. Quite frankly, my newsletter service, which has got 70% wins in it, is really a perfect way to be able to say, when I say that this works 70% of the time, and then you go take a look at what we've done in the newsletter, okay, it really represents what it is. I'm walking the walk and talking the talk, folks. That's not what I wanted to actually talk to you about at this moment. What I did want to be able to do is help you to understand these patterns and how they work. Now, so where are we? And what did the futures actually do this morning? If we take a look at the ES Mini, they got up to high at 1234.50. 1234.50. Last night, I sent out the newsletter included in there says, the futures, we should get to 1235.10. In fact, at 1235.10, we were looking at possibly shorting the market. Now, I sent out a Twitter alert before we came on the air, had enough time just to let my clients know that the prices are going to go a bit higher. They should go a bit higher here. Now, we got to kind of figure out what this liquidity event is all about. I don't have enough detail on it. I don't necessarily need to have detail with regard to taking a look at the charts here. I do want to have some detail and understand it, because if this is one of those game changers, if you will, when the rules change in any game, I then know how to go ahead and play the market. And that's what I want to be able to teach you what to do. But here, the rule hasn't changed. What you can see that we did yesterday, in certainly overnight trading, yesterday, November 29th, what we did was we hit the first area that is normal to hit. That's the 0.382 retracement of that move from the A point, the high in October 27th, to the low that we had on Friday. It is normal in any retracement, especially any Gartley pattern, that what your first move is going to be is up to that 0.382. I know it, you know it, or if you didn't know it, you now know it. And what I can promise you is that when you get up to that area, excuse me, if you're not coming up to that area with a wide range bar, and you weren't, certainly if you took a look at yesterday's activity, kind of pretty mild, if you will. And so as you came up into that area, people that know this, that are trading this, because you're talking about folks that got in at 1147.50. I've got some clients that, based on what I had sent out to them on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, got into the ES Mini at the 1152.50 area. And so at 1152.50 to 1200, you're talking about 40, almost 50-point swing in the ES Mini. That's some real good bread. And some of them took some contracts off the table. Some of them took profits. Some of them paid for themselves. In fact, some folks actually, they made some quick money on Friday trading that futures contract. Now, when you get up to that area, because folks know about it, some people are going to, it's like an elevator going up. Folks get off of the elevator. Now, the question is, when are people getting back on? And what you can see here now, your next level, okay, so you're going to retrace a bit, which we did, not a ton, but we retraced a bit. And when we only retrace slightly, that tells you that, number one, that the move is going to be much higher. Okay? And number two, in fact, let's just get rid of that formation tool. Let's just come back out here and take a look at what possibly could be this ABC pattern. We'll start from the low of that 1147 on the ES Mini, come up to the top on 1129, come down to the low that was made internight, and just the one-to-one takes you to 1241.50. But What's more than a 1-to-1 going to take you to? A 1 to 1.272 takes you right up to that .786 area, the .786 retracement. Because we came crashing through the .382 area all the way up to that .618, that tells me, just take a look at this chart, I don't have to know anything else that's going on in the world around me. All I need to do is just look at the emotion of fear and greed, which is represented by numeric sacred geometry. I can take a look at this and tell you with conviction, what is going to happen a high probability percentage of the time. More than 70% of the time. When you come in there with a wide range bar, it means the move is not over. Now, if the game has changed, and we have got a total liquidity event, meaning a version of a QE, 2.5, 3, whatever it is, then I can tell you we can go back and we can take a look at the patterns. You see, folks, all that we're looking at here in the marketplace, it's just patterns. And patterns in the marketplace are a representation of you, of me, of Tom, of Basil, of Larry. In fact, I mentioned their names because Wednesday, of David, because it's a great day here at TFNN. Why? Because you get to hear from all of these contributors. So you're going to get my take on it. You'll get their takes on it. But I promise you, we can go back. We can take a look at quantitative easing programs. Those are liquidity events. Okay? In this case here, supposedly we've got a worldwide liquidity event. I want to be able to see just exactly what it is. All right? And then, folks, what we're going to do is we'll be able to understand whether we go back and we take a look at last August, 2010, if we go back and we take a look at 2009, because when a liquidity event changes, what happens are the patterns change. The patterns will change. What patterns? Well, let's go take a look at the dollar, King Dollar, if we will. We're going to take a look at King Dollar out here, and what you can see is we've been up in this up channel. I've been showing this for probably weeks now, if you will, since this thing formed. And what you can see that we did, number one, we made a move of a move, meaning that we came all the way back to the highs from October 4th. We made an A to B equals C to D at 79.67. We got a little bit above that. On Monday, we closed below the low of the high that was out there from October 4th. That was important to know. On yesterday, we actually came down and touched the bottom of that trend line. That was normal, absolutely. And we closed below the October 4th. And now what we've done and what we've got to watch, you've got to watch to see today because, the devil is in the details. To punch through this area is giving us a signal. If this doesn't hold, okay, in other words, the devil's in the details, we go back, we take a look and see what's going on, if you will, with regard to this liquidity event. Then what we'd see, if we see a close up inside of this range, then the move in King Dollar is not over. Otherwise, what we're doing here is we may be setting up, a new pattern, and we'll be able to see exactly what that pattern is that will help us to guide us with regard to where the markets are going, folks. So I love being here with you right now. You got the Dow futures up 274, the DAX up 247. We'll be right back, folks.
Yeah, we'll look at them stars and we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
X-Story Gold Mines, an NYSE Amex-listed company trading under the symbol XG, is slated to be the newest gold-silver producer in Argentina. X-Story is forecast to produce more than $250 million in bullion annually, beginning in 2013, at a cash cost of less than $200 for each ounce of gold produced. That forecast will make X-Story one of the highest margin operators in South America and a sector leader in the mining industry. X-Story has $50 million in its treasury, having spent over $60 million to date on drilling and engineering. The ultimate size of its Argentina discovery could be determined by year-end, as results from the 6 drills operating at the site are fully assessed. To find out more about X-Story Gold Mines and their exciting growth potential, click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex under the symbol XG.
TFNN is proud to bring you the cutting edge of investment newsletters. Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks, Ken is a top-down investor who lets price and volume in the major stock indices tell him when to be in the market and when to be out. By using his unique blend of fundamental and technical analysis, Ken will protect your hard-earned capital while realizing breakout gains. Go to TFNN.com today, click Investment Newsletters, and get Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks free for 2 weeks.
Hi folks, Steve Rhodes here. Tom O'Brien and I need your help. Together, let's change the cash for gold industry once and for all. Now is the time to unleash the game changer, and that's you folks. We've all seen the power of viral marketing. It's overthrown dictators, and now it's time to rid the thieves in this cash for gold industry. Together, we can change this industry in a heartbeat. You know about our industry-leading payouts, our free tools, our video valuation, and the education that we provide to help folks value their jewelry. Tom and I are experts and the industry's most trusted team. Please join us now by spreading the word to your entire email list. We'll pay you 5% of the total payout, which on average would be $50 per transaction. 100 transactions is $5,000 in your pocket. We'd rather put our marketing dollars in your pocket and more money in your referrals pocket. Go to TigerMetalExchange.com and click on the Become a Partner button to join our team. Let's start a revolution, folks. We can't do it without you. TigerMetalExchange.com, the only click you need to make.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to TFNN.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing, allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details. This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Don't forget, you can test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. 877-927-6648. Again, thanks so much for joining us. And great lineup today. I love Wednesdays. Following this show, you've got Tom and I doing the Money Masters show. You got Batman and Robin back together again. And then following this, we've got Basil Chapman and Larry Pesavento, 3 to 4, David White, and Tom will take it home from 4 to 6. Right now, you still got the futures up big. Dow futures up about 268. The ES Mini up 33 points. And that's what I've got up on my screen here. So what I wanted to do is I just simply wanted to show you the correlation, which you can take a look at is basically almost tick for tick between the dollar index, the U.S. dollar index, what we call king dollar around here, and the markets. And so this case here, I've got the futures market. And I've got it on a 5-minute scale. That way you can actually see, if you will, in essence, the tick for tick. Now, look, the dollar index is, is trading out right now at 78.23, and you've got the ES Mini trading out at 1229.50. So the mathematical scale is off. So don't be paying attention as if the blue line should be laying over the red line. The blue line here is king dollar. The red line is the actual ES Mini. Okay, but and this is inverted here, and what I mean by inverted, this would show that if the king dollar is coming down, all right, then the markets would be moving up. So I've got that so that correlation is correct. What you want to be taking a look at is you want to be taking a look at the squiggly lines, the patterns. To follow the pattern on the dollar index as well as following the pattern on the ES Mini. And that way you know where the correlations are. And why is that important? It's important because I want to be able to help you to understand the patterns that are out there so that you can put all of this together on your own if you like, because this is all really about currency. You need to understand what's going on in the currency, or you don't need to. I think you need to. And I think you want to. I think you want to understand, why is the market doing what it's doing. And that's why I like to be able to teach you about the sacred geometry. I like to teach you about patterns that are out there because, you don't know what you don't know, right, folks? And knowing what to do, here's one thing that's for sure that I find all the time. Knowing what to do is different than doing what you know, folks. And so I want to help you put all of that together. And so these markets, when you're trying to correlate things, when you're taking a look at what's going on in the ETF structures, or you're taking a look at what's going on in the futures marketplace, it's so important for you to switch over and take a look at what's going on inside the currency marketplace. So here you can see the correlation, right? Everybody say yes. Yes. Okay, great. So you see that correlation, then what do? Well, you can go to the dollar index, which we also have on the screen, or you can flip right over to the currencies. So remember, we were taking a look when we started the show. You saw the 4 quadrants of what was going on inside the futures marketplace. And all of those had gotten up to the 0.382 area. In fact, if I put those up here real quickly, and I'll minimize, I'll put all 4 quadrants up, you can see that last evening, yesterday, that all 3 of the futures contracts had gotten up to the 0.382 retracement area. That was normal, and that's where people would start taking bread off of the plate. But when we went off, and so hopefully you can see that, then when I went and took a look at what was going on in the currency marketplace, well, the currency marketplace still hadn't made their 0.382 areas, their 0.382 retracements. When we took a look at the pound, let me pull up the pound here. And the pound has gotten pounded. But what did the pound do? If you're taking a look at this on my screen, folks, and you want to be able to put together a number of these different tools, a number of these different tactics, if you will, from a trading standpoint. Why? Because when we took a look at the pound, number one, it was making a 0.786 retracement. That's exactly what it did. And then also, it was coming right into the top of this bullish, or the bottom of this bullish engulfing pattern. Folks, that really took place on the 7th. The actual pound made its low on the 6th, and the bottom of a bullish engulfing pattern is going to be the support area. And the bottom in that case there, if you were going to take a look at what was going on the 7th, the low there was 154.22. And where did the pound get down to? And this is always amazing. The pound actually got down to the exact 154.22. Why does it amaze me? Well, because when I trade, I don't trade for the exact number. I look for the range, and I want to make sure that we have the right position size and that we have the right stop in place. But it always still amazes me when you can have, something like a currency that's got incredible liquidity in it, go from the highs and the lows that it has. You're talking about being up at 161.7 all the way down into the 152 area, and then the retracement stops right at a support area, which was that bullish engulf. And you can see in yesterday's trading, it didn't get up to the 0.382. What do we do today? It's crushing that 0.382 with a wide range bar. That's sending us a signal, folks. If this area doesn't hold, well, we'll talk about that. We'll get back from break. We'll be right back, folks.
It's always better when we're together.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you want to get great trade setups in equity as well as the option market, come over to TFNN.com and test drive my daily newsletter, Market Insights, for 2 weeks absolutely free. Each trade setup comes with a profit projection as well as stop placement. Included in Market Insights is a Twitter alert service. This allows you to take advantage of intraday setups. Volatility is back in the markets. What does that mean to you? To me, it spells short-term opportunity each and every day. The days of trending up on lighter volume are gone. We have come off the highs with volume across the globe. Don't get caught in a complacency trap. Many of the indices have given back 2 months of trading in 1 week. We have a trader's market. You can take advantage of this trader's market by test driving my daily newsletter, Market Insights, free for 2 weeks. Market Insights will give you the edge you're looking for in the markets. Go to TFNN.com, under newsletter, hit the Market Insight tab for your 2-week free test drive right here, right now.
Homeowners, did you know a burglar could break into your home and get away in just 5 minutes? A locked door may not be enough to keep a thief out of your home. Think about what you can lose, and then think about this. Now you can get a free security system monitored by ADT, the leader in home security. Pick up your phone now and get free hardware, free medical and fire alert, and free activation. It's an $850 value. Just call Protect Your Home, your authorized ADT dealer, at 1-800-949-8207. You'll get 24-hour protection, and there's no cost for parts or activation. So call now about a free security system monitored by ADT. Call 1-800-949-8207. $99 installation charge. 36-month monitoring agreement at $35.99 a month. Call for terms and conditions to this offer and protect your home license numbers. Call now. 1-800-949-8207. That's 1-800-949-8207.
Did you know that the price of gold is up over 24% this year, while the GDX, the Market Vectors Gold Miners ETF, is actually down 1.4% this year? Not all gold stocks are created equal, and not all gold stocks move with the price of gold. In October, Tom O'Brien recommended a buy of FCX in his gold report, and only 6 trading days later advised his clients to close the position, profiting almost 22% in this one trade. During the same 6 trading days, the price of gold was barely up 5%. Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, gives investors the inside edge they need to profit in this gold market. Each Monday morning, Tom issues a gold market update at around 9:30 a.m., then issues a full report each Tuesday afternoon. For as low as $75 per month, you can gain access to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. To order your gold report with a free 30-day trial subscription, log on to TFNN.com today or call 877-518-9190.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower your volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angelo O'Brien, financial advisor and certified financial planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
We're off to the races. You've got the Dow up 316, S&P up 32, Composite up 69, the small caps up 22, NDX up 56 points. Let's see who's leading the charge. Leading the charge is the small caps are up 3%, a little over 3%. So far, you've got the DAX up 4% today. We'll go take a spin around the world. FTSE up 2.6%. You had Asia off last night. You had the Shanghai down 3%. Hang Seng down about 1.5%, and we'll see how this day plays off. But I absolutely am coming to you live from Space Shuttle headquarters, if you will, the new Space Shuttle. And so it is going to be a interesting day for sure. Now, let's go just simply take a look at the ETF structure out there, and we'll get some type of take on the volume. So let's first take a look at the Dow. All right, let's take a look at the Dow, and what you can see that we've done here on the Dow. Number one, what we've got now today is we've got its second gap up. And the Dow, if we take a look at actually what happened out here, I'm going to go back and take a look at this Dow chart with you. And the Dow on the way up off of the October 4th high, you had 3 gaps. Your first gap here is from 10.7 up to 10.10. Your second gap came in on October 20th up to the October 21st. And then you had your third and final gap, your exhaustion gap, if you will, from 1026 all the way up to the 1027 high. Now, what have we done today? Now, when we came back, when we actually pulled back, what you can see here on my screen is you can see that we pulled back with 2 gaps. But what we did on a, when you have this 3-gap play, what you'll do is you'll pull back to the original first gap. Well, the first gap, you can see here what happened on Friday is you pulled right back into it. You actually did it on Wednesday as well. You didn't get all the way down to the bottom, but you absolutely did on Friday, on November 25th. You came right back and you closed up that first gap, and then we gapped up when we came back in on Monday because of, well, for whatever the reasons were. And then you obviously today, right now, you've got a gap. So assuming that the market doesn't pull back today, and I just don't see that in the cards based on these long-range bars that we've got out there, the question is going to be, are we going to have, one more gap as we did out here? But you are getting very close to that October 27th level, which you want to watch. That is a very important area. Number one, because of the planetary index date, that is, that's the 20th 17th planetary index date since 1800, and those highs should hold. So we'll watch certainly for some volume patterns as the Dow gets into that swing point. And what you can see is that, let's just take a look and see where the 0.786 actual number is, the retracement area would be on that. And what you can see is the retracement, the 0.786 area, is at the 120.35. But, when you tap these gaps are very, very powerful. You want to be very cognizant of gap ups and gaps down. Now, you also want to be cognizant of them because it's just like your home. It's an open window, and eventually those windows will get closed. But when you are taking a look at them, from behind, you've got to stay present and with regard to what's going on right now today. So that 120.35 area, is absolutely in play. And when you get up there to the 0.786 area, well, you can see the bottom of the October 27th level. The bottom there is a 120.45, 120.45 versus 120.35. So that's an area, that's a swing point, and that swing point on October 27th has got 12.8 million shares. You're going to want to watch as the diamonds, the DIA, how they come into that area, whether it is able to, at this stage, it would look to me like it would want to test the high, the 122.58, before it would really release some information to us. It could be the low, but it's going to, as you're coming into this candle with these 2 gaps, to me that says it wants to tackle the high of that area. 877-927-6648. Feel free to give me a call, or we'll just continue to take a spin around the world and see what's going on over in Germany. We'll take a look at the DAX. We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Give the gift of silver. This holiday season, TFNN and Great Panther Silver want to give you the gift of silver. From now until December 30th, TFNN will hold a drawing once a day, 5 days a week, business days only, and one lucky entrant will receive one of these beautiful coins that we will mail to whomever you desire. Winning one of these extraordinary coins could not be easier. There's no contest and no gimmicks, just a simple drawing allowing you to give the gift of silver this holiday season. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of The Money Masters with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN.com, author of Mastering Probabilities, a daily investment and trading newsletter, and teacher of the money game. Studies show that 3 out of 5 people are afraid for their life in trading these markets, and the number one reason given is fear of loss. Look, fear stands for false evidence appearing real, and the money game proves it. Lesson number 1, don't risk more than 1% of your trading capital on any trade. Why, you ask? Because 35 trades in a row where you risk 50 cents and make $1 are all you need to double your trading capital, versus the 230 losing trades in a row you would need to bring your balance to $100. Let me teach you more about the money game risk-free for 30 days. Go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, for your 30-day risk-free trial. You were born to be a money master, and I'll teach you how. At Tiger Metal Exchange, we pay you more for converting your jewelry to cash.
Let's go to Brian in New Jersey. Hey, Brian, what's going on?
Hey, Tom, just want to let you know I did give you some jewelry. My jeweler offered me about $650, but you get a check in the mail tomorrow for about $1,200.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, it's all about honesty when converting your jewelry to cash.
Okay, let's go to Paul in Florida first. Hey, Paul, what's going on?
I want to commend you on the Tiger Metal Exchange. I just did a deal with you guys the other day.
Oh, good.
And very happy.
Well, I appreciate it. Now, did you sell us jewelry or did you buy coins off us?
Yeah, I sold you jewelry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What we weighted at was less than you guys said, so, you're totally honest.
At Tiger Metal Exchange, we give you the tools to value your gold, and it's absolutely free. Call 866-618-8888 or log on to TigerMetalExchange.com. We've created the easiest, safest, and most honest cash for gold process. Tiger Metal Exchange. It's the only call you need to make.
Here's what people are saying about Tiger TV.
Let's go to John in Tampa. Hey, John, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. You having a good day out there?
A wonderful day. I love your Tiger TV. I watch it every day. I'm like a kid in a candy store.
Oh, man, I appreciate you out there watching it. How long have you been watching the Tiger TV?
I'm watching almost a month now, and it's wonderful.
It's pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it's cool. You see the charts and everything. Thanks so much for the hard work.
Tiger TV, a great news service from TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by South American Silver Corporation. For more information, just click the South American Silver Corporation banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
Welcome back, folks. 877-927-6648. You've got the Dow now up 348 points. S&P's up 35. Composite NASDAQ up 71. The NDX 100 up 58 points. And so before we went to break, I said, let's go take a look, a spin around the world. Let's see what's happening in Germany. And to do that, we take a look at the DAX. What you can see that the DAX did here was the DAX made a 1 for 1, A to B equals CD down, took it down to the actual price projection was 54.0708. It got down a little bit lower than that. On the 25th, it got down to a low of 53.36. Now, that ABC was done. It also was off of the October 4th area, the retracement, and we were just simply using that as a correlation date. You can see that was the 0.786 area, so that was a Gartley buy pattern. And now what you've done is you can see how today's action, the DAX has just simply sliced through the 0.382. It's above the 0.618 area, which is, looks like, boy, that's a small print, 6,024. Right now, you've got the DAX is trading out at the exact number 6049. And so what this is telling us, higher prices are coming in the DAX. The DAX will at least get up to the 0.786 area. We'll see what kind of wide range or small range bar it has coming into it. In the meantime, let's go over to Safety Harbor. That's just down the street here in Florida, and let's check in with Nahid. Nahid, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding.
You're quite welcome. Good morning.
How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Are you warm this morning? It's a little cold out there for us Floridians.
I love the weather like this.
You do?
Beautiful, yes.
I've got to wear a long sleeve, a little sweatshirt, if you will. I want my T-shirts and my polo shirts back.
You and my husband.
I know. And the very first thing, we all have rituals in life, and I will tell you, folks, one of the rituals when I get back to the house is off with the long pants and put the shorts on.
Yes.
That's why I love Florida. That's why I'm here. But I'm glad that you're liking the weather.
Thank you.
Yeah. Now, you want to take a look at Baidu. Are you in it? Looking
I'm not in it. I'm not in it, actually. I was just wondering what you think, if it's ready to short it, or what you think about it. I appreciate your opinion.
Well, thank you. So, when we take a look at Baidu, folks, and so you can see how Baidu is tracking the market as also. And what you've got now today is you've got its second gap. So the very first thing that I would say, Nahid, is what you'd really like to do is you'd like to see a third gap in this, in order to, because I know that you like to play Baidu, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I would, on this case here, if we just simply take a look at the retracement off of its October 28th high down to the Friday November 25th low. And those prices were going from 147.68, folks, all the way down to 118.44. What you can see is that, give me a second here, why is my system slow? What you can see is that the 0.382, which is you've gotten above today, you've done it on the gap, 129.61. To me, that says that 136.51 is absolutely, in play here. And I would say at this stage, the way that these markets are trading is, you'd want to wait and see if you can get a third gap here, kind of get an exhaustion gap. And in order to be able to trade this, you've got to be taking a look at what's going on inside the general markets. So I think that paying attention to, trying to put it all together, the simplest thing here would be paying attention to what's going on inside probably the NDX 100. Might be the NASDAQ, but taking a look at, we got to get some signal here before we go short. Look, we're still in this long-term bear market, and so the beautiful thing about this is that these patterns, they continue to repeat, and the only caveat that I put out there is I really want to understand what this liquidity event is all about. Because, we've had a couple of them in our time frame, and if we just simply even Baidu, let's go take a look at Baidu and go back to August of 2010, and let's see how Baidu behaved during the liquidity event that went back to QE2, if you will. So if we go back to August of 2010 in Baidu, that's going to take us into the area here where Baidu was trading at $76. And what we can see is from that area, from that August area there really was never a good time to short Baidu. I mean, you didn't get a good time to possibly get a decent correction in Baidu until you got up to April of 2011. So I just need to get a little bit more information to understand how has the game changed at all? And I just don't have those details. Right now, I've got enough details with regard to watching what's going on in the markets and the volume and that aspect of it. But if the game has changed, then I will change, how it is that I view the charts. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So I just don't have enough detail. It was like last night, as an example. Piece of news that was coming out was the Europeans announced that they were expanding the Financial Stability Fund. Well, expanded. They couldn't get it to be funded to begin with. So I didn't know what expanding it really meant, other than just a press release. Much like somebody trying to push out information if they're trying to push their stock higher. So that one didn't faze me. This morning, when you take a look at how the what's going on inside the currencies, and when you take a look at the currencies, what's interesting here is if we take do you watch the currency pairs at all, Nahid?
Not that much.
Yeah. So it's so helpful. Did you see the chart that I had on there that was showing the correlation between the dollar index and the S&P?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So that's the reason why I want to be able to help folks understand, the currency marketplace, because the dollar index, is made up of a basket of 6 currencies, the euro being the lead dog, if you will. What's interesting here is that the euro still hasn't been able to get up to the 0.382 retracement of its move down. And so it's going to be really important, especially since it's the most heavily weighted piece of the king dollar, if you will. It's going to be real important to watch how that 0.382 area, which is 136.06, how that gets hit. Because, that will give us, I think that will give us a real big signal out there.
Oh, okay.
Does any of that help you?
Yes, it did. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Any other questions, as long as I've got you for another 14 seconds?
No, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
All right. You tell your husband, though, I'm on his team. We're pulling we're pulling for warm weather, okay?
No.
Oh. All right. Have a great morning. Thanks for calling. I really do appreciate it. 877-927-6648, folks. That's our call number. You got the Dow up 381, S&P up 38. You got the small caps. They are up 3.97%. We'll be right back.
Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
As Tom says, go long America. Now you can join TFNN and Barnes & Noble to keep money in your community. Purchase Tom's best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, before December 31st from your local Barnes & Noble store. And you will be given access to not just one, but 2 exceptional archived courses. Tiger Scaling, the Tiger Butterfly, and Gartley. The Art of Timing the Trade is more than just a book. It's an educational journey that will help you understand the Wall Street greed cycle and learn how to recognize profit from genuine price moves. So, for the cost of just under $30, you will receive in excess of $300 in trading education from Tom O'Brien, TFNN, and Barnes & Noble. And you will be helping to support an important local business, your local bookstore. If you do not have a Barnes & Noble in your community, then go to your local bookstore. We'll be sure to work with them to keep your purchase local. So let's support our local businesses, keep money in your community, and get a great education. But be sure to act now, because you have until December 31st to take advantage of this opportunity. Go to the front page of TFNN.com for details.
Would you like to discover the next great tech stock? David White, TFNN's technology guru, has just launched his new newsletter, The Technology Insider. In his newsletter, David will be looking for those shining stars that may turn into the next Apple, Microsoft, or Cisco. David combines his technology background as a software programmer with his market skills as a successful professional trader to give you this unique newsletter. We're on the verge of the next great tech run. With the Technology Insider, you'll be in front of the run-up and not lagging behind. David is developing a long-term investment portfolio. Therefore, we're only offering the Technology Insider as an annual subscription with a remarkable price of only $395. That's right, for a little over $1 a day, you'll receive the fundamental technology wisdom and technical trading skills of the Technology Insider David White. What are you waiting for? Go to the front of TFNN.com, click on the link on the front page, sign up for your 2-week free trial, and become a Technology Insider today.
Put the power of the Chapman Wave methodology to work for you. No matter what market you trade, what time frame you trade in, or your trading style, the Opening Call, Basil Chapman's daily market newsletter, is bursting with the information and trades you need to become a more successful trader.
I've been using Basil Chapman's Chapman Wave methodology for several years now. His Chapman Wave can be used for any time period for not only equities, but futures, currencies, commodities. I've been also a subscriber of his Opening Call, which I find an invaluable tool to help me analyze the potential of the market each day. He gives you opportunities to go short and long. It includes recommendations on stocks. I strongly recommend people using the Chapman Wave, and I very, very strongly support the use of his Opening Call.
To find out more about Basil Chapman and his Chapman Wave methodology, and to get your 2-week free trial of the Opening Call, a $64 value, visit TFNN.com today.
Great Basin Gold is a mining company engaged in the exploration and development of 2 emerging gold properties in Nevada and South Africa with a total resource base of more than 23 million gold ounces. Great Basin's Burnstone mine in South Africa opened in February of this year with a resource of 20 million gold ounces, becoming the first mine to open in the historic Witwatersrand Basin in the last 30 years. The Burnstone mine is projected to have a 25-year mine life and is fully financed, with production anticipated to be over 250,000 ounces per year at a cash cost of only $450 per ounce. The Hollister mine in Nevada became fully integrated in the 4th quarter of 2010 with annual production estimates of 110,000 ounces of gold per year over the 8-year mine life at a cash cost of only $527 per ounce. Great Basin Gold is cash flow positive and trades on the Toronto and New York stock exchanges under the symbol GBG.
Catch Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to your trading and investing. The Money Masters, next on TFNN.
It's always better when we're together. Yeah, we'll look at them stars when we're together. Well, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together.
It absolutely is, folks. Welcome back. 877-927-6648. And please stay tuned. You got Tom and I coming up next for the Money Masters, and following us, you got Basil Chapman in the catbird seat, and then Larry Pesavento from 12 to 1, and David White from 3 to 4, and Tom taking us home from 4 to 6. Now, what I do have up on my screen here is one of the trades that my clients and I did get into on Monday morning when we came back in. It is Auto Nation. The symbol there is AN, trading out right now at 36.47. And if you were listening to the show yesterday, one of my clients. I didn't know he was a client when he was calling in. Had called in and was asking about Ford. Ford right now trading out at 10.22. I believe he got into that trade at 10.07. Now, this is an important thing to do. What I like to do on days like this, you got the Dow up almost 400 points right now, up 390. Oh, we're going to get to 400 points in just a heartbeat here. 401, there we go. So up 400 points. What you like to do today is you like to take a look at symbols. Who is trailing here? Who is leading? So I'm just going to go ahead and read these symbols off to you because there's not too many of them. You got the symbol RAH. You got triple N, NNN. You've got CIS, DAL, MW, UAL. And you've got TIF and KT. So those are the only symbols that I show that are the point losers at this moment. So, everything is mean and green, if you will. And so let's go take a look at triple N, National Retail Properties. Let's go take a look at that stock and see what the heck is going on with these guys. These guys have gapped down this morning. You got everything else is gapping up, and not an extremely liquid stock. You got 1 million shares, 680,000. So it's certainly traded, and you've got a certainly some volume that is inside here. You've got a high volume day, which is September 7th. You've got 12 million shares. Now the low on that is 25.89, trading right now at 25.74. And so these areas here have been tested. Whoever came in, whatever fund came in on there, there's a line drawn in the sand, if you will. And the last time that they felt any pressure was back on October 13th when it traded down to a low of 25.38. This thing is just simply in a sideways consolidation here at the top, certainly at near its highs out there. But interesting to see that this stock is gapped down this morning, on such a strong market. If we quickly go take a look at, let me see what this symbol is here, CIS. Where is my system here? Let me pull that up here. Go to my tool. So the stock symbol CIS, let's see what that is here. CIS. Let's see what that is on the New York Stock Exchange. That is Camelot Information Systems. So let's go take a look at Camelot Information Systems, see what we've got going on there. What is that stock doing? Why is that? Well, that's $1.90. So we're not going to spend too much time there. That's down at the lows, if you will. So pay attention to those symbols that I've got out there. Go throw it on your charting system. See if you can find anything. Why would you want to do that? Because if any of those are short candidates, and the market gets up to an area, if the game hasn't necessarily changed from a liquidity standpoint, and we've just got the media piece of it working, if there's nothing really behind it, then what you want to be able to do is you want to go ahead and you want to do some cherry picking out here, right? We want to get some nice sweet apples, if you will, that you can take a bite out of, and so you'd be taking a look at those stocks that have got some weakness. Folks, thanks so much for being here with me. Stay tuned. Tom and I will be up in about 8 minutes. I absolutely love being here with you. Have a great morning, and we'll see you in just a few, or I'll see you at 9 a.m. sharp tomorrow morning. Thanks, folks.